Hey everybody, I'm Sari Cohen. Welcome to another edition of In Love With. Today joining us is Charlene Laurent, the actress, model, and now comedian. Hi. Well, that's great. We've already got people on. So I hope y'all are having a happy Friday. Charlene is going to be on in a second. And we're going to find out what she's been up to, talk about what she's been doing in quarantine, find out what she's been grateful for. Hey, Charlene, you're there. I see you. Okay, let me hang on one second. Hello? Oh, we are waiting.
Hey, how are
Hi.
you?
I'm great. It's so nice to meet you. I'm
It's
Sari with In Love Mag.
it's nice to meet you too. I'm excited to talk to you.
Yes, me too. So let's start off with how you're doing. Talk to me about, you're in LA, right?
Yes, I'm based in LA. Are you in LA as well?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm good. I have good days and bad days, but I think everyone kind of has it. There are days where I get used to the routine and I think I'm totally fine. And then there are days where I have a breakdown and I feel like I'm stuck. So I guess it's a normal thing. I think it's just really important to kind of honor your feelings and be honest with yourself about how you feel. I try to stay really busy, but sometimes you just kind of get into your feelings and you're stuck at home and you think, how are you going to get out of this? So I don't want to say, oh, I'm doing perfectly fine, but I'm doing great, just like everyone else.
It's a journey. No, you're right. And you have to honor your feelings. That's
Yeah.
super important, not to judge where you're at and just kind of, take everything
Yeah.
day at a time right now.
How are you doing?
I'm the same as you. I'm so, grateful to have a platform where we get to talk to people like you and stay connected at a time like this because,
Yeah.
that's super important is to really connect and open up dialogue and discussion and really check in with other people.
Oh,
How,
absolutely.
how are you staying grateful now, since we kind of touched on gratitude a little bit?
Um, I mean, I wake up every morning and meditate, and I'm just grateful that I'm healthy and my family's healthy. Also, like when I shoot projects or when people reach out to me for potential projects after the lockdown, that really keeps me motivated to keep going. But at the same time, I'm training myself to be grateful for the most basic things, like having a home, like having food, having a healthy family. It's just, I think it's just a mindset thing. You just have to get used to it. But I'm gonna be honest, before the lockdown, I wasn't really thinking about it. But once you get locked up at home, you start thinking about life and how you should appreciate things. So
Yeah.
just trying.
Puts a whole different perspective on everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
So, what was life like for you before the lockdown? What were you doing?
I'm an actress and model, and I was about to launch my career as a comedian. I had shows planned. Fortunately, that got canceled because of COVID, but it's okay. It's going to happen after all of this is over. But before that, I was mainly modeling and kind of tapped into acting. I shot my first project in March. It was a TV series. It's called 100% Real. It's a lot of fun. But I was mainly busy with modeling and shooting fashion editorials or commercials. I did a lot of beauty commercials and just kind of transitioned into acting with commercial modeling.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I really love my job in modeling, and I also do social media like everyone else. But I was mainly focused on going to acting school and getting into acting, and that's what I'm working on right now. Just practicing every day, waiting for everything to open up. And right now, I just kind of have Zoom auditions, and I'm sure you have the same thing with like Zoom meetings and all
Dude,
that.
it's
It's,
wild. It's
I
such
mean,
a weird world. It's
I
so
know
bizarre.
it's so different, and I mean, you kind of connect with the people, but I mean, I'm connecting with you right now, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
But like when I think about it, like back, if someone told me that 6 months ago, I'd be like, no, I'd rather meet someone in person. But it's okay. So Yeah, I mainly modeled and got into acting, and then acting inspired me to go into comedy. And yeah.
So we kind of have a similar road. I mean, sans the modeling part. Right? I want to talk about actually just from the beginning, some of your coolest modeling moments. What were some really big milestones for you that got you really excited about your career?
Um, it's I think one of the biggest milestones was in 2018. I modeled for Sexy Hair. I'm not sure if you know their brand. They have really cool
Yeah.
like I modeled for their they had a Coachella campaign coming out with like glitter and new hair. It was kind of really wild and messy, but a lot of fun, and it was just exciting for me as a model to work with a big brand like that. And then right after I started working, I kind of like started everything for me. I started working with a lot of other social brands like Dope Shopping or Kia Motors. So a lot of brands started reaching out, and then I transitioned into beauty modeling and started modeling for a lot of makeup companies and um, yeah, makeup studios in LA, and that kind of got me into walking shows at LA Fashion Week. So it kind of all over the place, but probably it probably started in 2018, and then the highlight of last year was LA Fashion Week. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, awesome. And Maxim, I know you had a
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I totally.
I love you like,
I,
oh,
I was thinking about
magazine.
no, I was thinking about how you said like how it kind of started, so I kind of got stuck in that. Yeah, Maxim. That was also like that was one of the biggest highlights. That was in August 2019. Didn't expect it. Got into the top 15. That was really wild. That also opened a lot of opportunities for me. So
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that.
What an awesome moment. And then
Yeah,
what was it that made you want to move into acting? How'd you make that transition?
I've always wanted to act. I think I was just sorry if there's noise behind me.
Oh,
I
no worries.
construction.
The live Instagrams and the phone ringing and the
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, the, the question was how I got into act.
yeah, yeah.
So I got into acting mainly because of modeling, just because a
Mhm.
lot of photographers wanted me to kind of. I mean, you kind of act as a model. You kind of have to um, transition into different poses and kind of movements. And then with commercial acting, modeling, it's kind of acting. You have to show emotions. You have to like show what they want to see, but you're not really talking, and that kind of got me into like, why am I not acting? Like, I really love reading, I love writing, I want to get more into like a character and the stories, and that really inspired me. But I've always wanted to do it. I just kind of needed a kickstart, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
and comedy is a huge jump from that. I mean, when as an actress, did you think you were gonna veer more towards drama or comedy, or like how did you discover? Because you're talking stand up, right?
Yeah, stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally different. The reason why is whenever I act and I go into auditions, a lot of casting directors see me as something more serious. See me more, I don't want to say, I don't really get the bad guy, but definitely more, like, I don't get any comedic roles. It's more like, oh, you have a deep voice, you kind of sound raspy, we want you to play a police officer or a lawyer, or just always something more serious or dramatic, which I love because I love drama
Mhm.
in terms of like reading drama and like watching dramatic movies. But I think I'm a pretty entertaining person in my real life, and some of my friends are comics, and they were like, "Why don't you just do it?" There aren't a lot of girls who do it. There aren't a lot of models who do it. So kind of went to like stand-up shows and started watching my friends and kind of started learning from other comedians, and that got me into that. But yeah, it's mainly because I think I'm not a funny person. I'm just a really honest person. And I think it's entertaining for people to just talk and kind of show my other side. Because I'm not just like a sad, dramatic actress. And that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to kind of tap into that. And a lot of comedians have inspired me, like Adam Sandler or Kevin Hart. I'm a really, really big fan of Kevin Hart. And yeah, that kind of got me into that.
I love that. I love so do you do improv stuff too, or are you more how do you write your sets?
It's I usually So improv. I mean, I do improv acting, but with my stand-up comedy show, it was all kind of written down, and I practiced in front of my friends before I wanted to like actually go to an actual show. But yeah, I kind of write it down, but once I'm on stage, I just sometimes I just get inspired when someone says something random, or it's just kind of in a moment or something happened to me right before I just talk about it. I'm not really like, oh, I need to like say it from my script, because comedy is so different from actual acting. Um, yeah, it's more like I get inspired by day to like my daily activities and just people I've met before, and I kind of transition into my set.
Yeah, life. So, little secret, I used to do stand-up comedy long time ago. That was actually how I got into writing. I was
Okay.
started off as an actress and then ended up in a comedy troupe when I was, gosh, like 19, 20. So, yeah, we used to do stuff around LA, but so much of what we did was half improv and then half sets. And
Yeah.
it's true, you pull from your life, you pull from experiences, and
Yeah.
there's different inspiration. It's fun. It's totally different than acting. You're right. And
Yeah. I was gonna ask you if you were a comedian, just because I kind of felt the energy. No, but it's true. I mean, you're way more experienced than me in that sense, I guess. But yeah, I mean, have you had moments where you go on stage and something happened, you were just like, I can't follow my like set like my script right now. I guess I just have to like say it.
yep. And it would happen all the time. And being a comedian is one of the hardest things in the world. You're kind of at the mercy of the audience. You've got good nights and bad nights, and you really never know how things are going to go, but
Yeah.
you just, yeah, you're in the moment, and you have to trust it. And like coming from a place of honesty, like you said,
Yeah.
that's where magic happens, Charlene. That's like
I know. I know. I just love watching other comedians, like even newcomers like me, whoever it is. They always kind of, every comedian has a little spark, and they have that little something that sets them apart. Because you can't really copy comedy, right? It's just what you experience and how you view the world, and you kind of. I like making fun of myself. Like I'm not. I don't care. People can make fun of. I make fun of myself. It's totally fine, and I think. I mean, there aren't a lot of female comedians, and I'm glad that a lot of are kind of blowing up and they're getting recognized. But it's good to see a lot of females in that scene.
definitely.
Yeah.
Is there a way you hope to combine everything? Like, I know stand up is so different than acting, but do you see yourself getting into comedic roles as time goes on?
I would love to. I think one of the reasons why I really wanted to kind of show the world that I can do that is just to prove that as an actress, I want to explore different characters and roles, and
Hmm.
I would love to get into more comedic stuff. It just depends on how you grow and how much you learn. I'm always open to learn. I don't think I'm the best actress. I don't think I'm the best model, comedian. I think I'm just myself, and that probably sets me apart the most, because I love staying true to myself, and I think it's a superpower that everyone has, but sometimes we kind of forget it.
Yeah,
I always try to learn from others, especially if there's someone more experienced. I'm not afraid to ask questions and get some tips.
totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of, what are you doing now? Obviously, things shifted being in quarantine. What are you doing now at this point in time to stay creative, to keep up with the comedy or to keep up with the acting? Apart from,
I, well, just to say, I mean, I have online acting classes right now just to kind of stay in the groove and stay connected to my acting school. Other than that, I have a lot of Zoom auditions, which can be a little awkward sometimes, just because there's some construction going on, or their computer freezes or something like that. So, I mean, it's okay. At least I'm getting my chances to kind of shoot my shot, but
right.
it's okay. Other than that, I work out a lot just to kind of stay in shape, because I don't know if Fashion Week is happening in the fall or not. I don't think so, but just in case, I work out every day, and I watch a lot of movies, but it's more, I mean, I'm sure you can relate as an actress and comedian. Once you start watching a movie and just kind of focus on the acting and the cuts and how technical it is, it's more kind of like analyzing. So that inspires me a lot. And I just kind of, if I just want to have fun, I kind of dive into like, I Google different comedy clubs and kind of start watching the shows just to kind of get inspired and stay up to date.
Totally. I love it. Elena just hopped on, our wonderful editor in chief. Just
Hi.
giving lots of love. Yeah, if anybody wants to hop in with any questions, feel free while we're on here.
Yeah,
Um, I do want to get into, um, I guess, tips that you could give other people because we were just talking about it. So, if there's somebody out there watching who wants to get into modeling or wants to get into acting, or maybe when this is all over, wants to try their hand at stand up,
yeah.
uh, what would you say?
I think my advice is just to kind of do it in a sense of do your research. See, if you want to get into modeling, research all the agencies, research what you need to look like, maybe a little bit curvier or more athletic. Look up the right agencies. I'm not the tallest model. I'm 5'5", so I kind of had to like use it. Yeah, I
I
mean,
love
the industry is so diverse right now that there's no excuse to say you can't get signed because anyone can get signed. You just have to kind of have that spark, and that spark is just staying true to yourself. And then once you start researching, you can take digitals, you can reach out to other models on social media because a lot of people are really nice and they try to give you tips. But I would kind of just say just dive into it. Even with acting, if you're scared to do it, just go into, even if it's a Zoom acting class, just go into it. Just see if you like it or not. Dive into it. And before COVID, I always kind of did this. It was wherever there was an event with a lot of professionals who were in that field, let's say if it was something related to acting or comedy or modeling, I would just kind of go and talk to people and see who's really experienced and maybe a little bit older than me or younger than me, but they've been in the industry for a long time. I always kind of exchanged my contact info with them and kind of stayed in touch because a lot of them actually taught me a lot of things. And I think it's something that's really overseen, but you can learn so much from everyone, especially with social media. It's not hard to reach out and dive in. And the most important thing is just to stay true to yourself and believe in yourself. Just be patient and the right things will come for you.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of right things coming to you, what's happening post quarantine? What are your plans after this?
Well, after this, I just, it's just so hard right now because I don't know when it is.
Yeah.
Um, but hopefully my stand-up show will happen soon. I had a few planned with a few clubs in LA, so I'm excited about that. And one of my best friends is a designer. He always has a show at LA Fashion Week, so I'm kind of promoting that with him and walking his show and a few other ones. But I'm so excited to just kind of support my friends and be creative with them, and hopefully more acting jobs will come. It's just kind of hard with COVID because I have no idea. Like people are so late, but like getting back to me. There's a potential TV role, but um, obviously I can't really speak on it just because they kind of say yes. It's just kind of taking long with COVID too. I mean, I'm sure you understand. It's just it's such a mess. With I mean, I understand not a lot of people are working right now, but absolutely more comedy, more modeling, and more acting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to predict the future, but
Yeah.
in LA, I will definitely come stop by and see you when
Good. I will love that. Especially like I always love learning from other comics and especially female comedians. I feel like there's a different connection. I mean, sure, a lot of male comedians have helped me too. It's just I feel like there aren't a lot of female comedians. So I love to see that and
yeah.
just to kind of get some support.
Yes. I mean that's kind of what it is all about right now. We have to support each other, and it really
Yeah.
is it's all about unity and coming together and, you know,
Yeah, I
doing
agree.
what we can for each other at this time.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree.
I want to play maybe a quarantine favorite game. So I'll ask you a couple of questions, maybe some of your favorite things that you've been doing during
Okay.
quarantine. Um, Favorite quarantine TV show?
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah,
Ooh.
just because it really, it's, is it 20 seasons or something? I started watching it again. Super dramatic. A lot of um, story twists happening. Just something that keeps me entertained.
I have to go back and watch
Yeah,
that.
you
Now,
should. You should.
that's a good one. I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah.
Favorite quarantine comfort food?
Um, it's bad for me, but I would probably say chips.
Ooh, what
Yeah,
kind of?
barbecue chips, like
Oh,
barbecue Lay's chips.
yeah.
It's not really good, but I mean, sometimes I just can't. Like, I have to have it.
What has been your favorite color to wear during quarantine?
I would probably say white. Just because when quarantine started, I started wearing a lot of sweatpants and hoodies that were kind of like grayish or kind of in a black color.
Yeah.
But I kind of transitioned into wearing normal stuff again just to make myself feel better. But light colors like white or cream or yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep the mood.
yeah,
Keep the
keep the mood out. It's summer.
yeah, true. I keep forgetting. Um, Favorite quarantine song?
Oh, sorry, I have to think about that. Lady Gaga just came out with her album. It's so good.
Yeah.
She has a song called "Sign from Above" with Elton John. That's really good. I've been listening to that. Pretty much her whole album, but Lady Gaga and probably Drake's new album.
Good
Yeah,
good choices. Good
yeah.
choices. Okay, favorite quarantine movie?
Movie. I don't know. There's so many that I watch all the time. I okay. This might be a little bit embarrassing, but I started watching the Hannah Montana movie again. Have you
Oh,
watched it? I watched it when I was like 14 or something.
it's been so long.
I know. It was such a throwback, but fun movie.
I feel like we need the throwbacks now, though. There's something
Yes.
to be said about nostalgia right now that
Oh
there's
yeah, totally.
there's definitely a comfort with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So I guess, as we wrap things up here, is there anything that you want to leave the viewers? Is there any message that you really want to get across right now?
Oh yes, absolutely. I just wanted to tell everyone. I know it seems really hard, and I know but some days are better than others, but just kind of stay grateful, and it's okay to feel sad or cry sometimes. Like I do it too sometimes. Honor your feelings and try to live a healthy lifestyle that keeps you energized and feeling kind of positive even when you're feeling down. Once you start working out and you have a healthy diet, really supports your mindset in that sense. So just stay patient. This will be over soon, but I know it's hard. Reach out to friends, try to stay productive, and yeah, I mean, we are all kind of trying, and as long as we know that we're all in this together, it's totally fine.
Absolutely. And where
Yeah.
can everybody find you?
On Instagram, that's probably the best. It's at Charlene Laurent, but without an E after the N. And also the charlenelaurent.com. It has all of my portfolios and IMDb and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you.
I know it was so nice talking to you. I hope I'll see you at my show once this happens.
Absolutely. I will be there. Hopefully, Elena will be out from New York and we will all go and show you some love.
I will love that. Thank you so much for sharing your platform with me.
Oh,
It's an honor, really. Like I love how magazines are kind of spreading good messages and trying to keep people positive. So I'm grateful to be part of this.
that's what it's all about. And we're grateful for you.
Thank
So
you.
thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you
Stay
soon.
safe. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in today, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead. Make sure you come back on Wednesday. I'm sorry, Monday first, and then Wednesday, and then Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Elena will be back next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay grateful.